Rahmanir Rahim. Today I am going to discuss about the very important topic, and this is Pseudomonas aeruginosa. First of all, I am going to discuss that what is Pseudomonas. Pseudomonas is aerobic bacteria. Actually, it perform oxidation of sugar. They do not ferment the sugar. Pseudomonas aeruginosa is aerobic, non-fermenter bacteria, gram-negative rods, and motile. They have polar flagella, either single or tough. Look at this picture. This picture, Pseudomonas aeruginosa, they have polar flagella at the one end or at the boot end or tough of flagella. They are not peritrichous flagella. They are not peritrichous organism, so they have polar flagella. The most important property of Pseudomonas is actually it is oxidase positive. The oxidation involves electron transport by cytochrome C. Now, in the you know that Pseudomonas aeruginosa is actually involved. Pseudomonas cepacia and Pseudomonas aeruginosa involved in hospital-acquired infection. How? Because they have the ability to grow in the water and actually withstand disinfectant. They have been found growing in the hexachloropene containing soap solution, in antiseptics, and in detergent. Look at these plates. In these plates, Escherichia coli, Staphylococcus aureus. Staphylococcus aureus is sensitive to chlorine, hexachloropene, O-pentyl phenol, and in the same way, E. coli also sensitive to chlorine, resistant hexachloropene, and O-pentyl phenol and quinquedate. And in this result, the Pseudomonas aeruginosa, they actually growing in the hexachloropene. It means that they show resistance. There is no zone of inhibition, and in this O-pentyl phenol there is no zone of inhibition. So you should keep in mind that Pseudomonas aeruginosa or Pseudomonas cepacia, actually these bacteria do not have they are resistant to antiseptic and detergent, therefore, and they are grow in water, so in this way they can cause various disease, hospital acquired disease or nosocomial infection. Now if we talk about the figment of Pseudomonas aeruginosa, Pseudomonas aeruginosa actually produce pigment. The first pigment is pyocyanin. This pyocyanin can color the pus in the warm blue. Look at this picture. This is this picture and this picture defect. This is the infection of Pseudomonas. Why? Actually, they have the one are blue in color. Why the one and blue in color? Because Pseudomonas aeruginosa produce pyocyanin and they cause the one blue. The another important pigment produced by Pseudomonas is pyoviridin. Actually, it is fluorescent. It is a yellow-green pigment that fluoresces under the ultraviolet light microscope. You know that when you use the ultraviolet light microscope or ultraviolet light simply, you will see the fluorescence, the glowing effect due to the presence of the Pseudomonas on the slide, because Pseudomonas produce pyoviridin. This is very useful for the detection of skin infection in burn patient. You take the burn patient sample and look at ultraviolet light, it will produce fluorescence and you will detect it. In the lab, these pigments diffuse into the agar, importing a blue-green color that is useful in identification. Look at this slide. In this slide, Pseudomonas aeruginosa is grown. They produce the blue-green pigment, pyocyanin, and this is blue in color. Now Pseudomonas aeruginosa, you should note that there are many species of Pseudomonas, but Pseudomonas aeruginosa is the only species of Pseudomonas that synthesize py. What are the virulent specter? The first specter is exotoxin A. Actually, this is exotoxin A produced by Pseudomonas aeruginosa. This toxin have two part. One is A part and the other is B. B bind to the human cell, and A part is active part. What this active part do? It ADP ribosylate elongation factor 2. It ADP and what happen when they what they ADP ribosylate elongation factor 2 of protein synthesis, they, and as a result what happen, they stop the protein synthesis, inhibit the protein synthesis. Besides, it also have fimbriae and adhesions which help in the attachment to the host cell. Now Pseudomonas also have capsule composed of mucopeptide. This mucopeptide mucopolysaccharide, this mucopolysaccharide help in the attachment, help in the formation of biofilm, and capsule is also antiphagocytic. Another important factor present in the Pseudomonas is neuraminidase, which modify host cell receptor molecule to make bacterial attachment to the cell more likely. Neuraminidase, you know the neuremic acid, they modify the neuremic acid, and in this way it help in the attachment to the host cell. Another virulent specter is elastase that break down the elastic fiber, degrade complement component, and cleave immunoglobulin A and immunoglobulin G. Now it is, you know that it is gram negative bacteria. It also have endotoxin A that can trigger fever, blood clotting, inflammation, or possibly shock. Another factor is phycocyanin. We already have discussed that give blue color, and you know they trigger the formation of reactive form of oxygen, superoxide radical, and peroxide anion that damage the host cell. In the next lecture, we will study the pathogenesis, diagnosis, treatment, and infection caused by Pseudomonas aeruginosa.